like and subscribe. Donate to the Ramen Raider, link in description.
Hey, this is Hans, and it's time for yet another episode of Instant Noodle Recipe Time. This is the show where I show you what to do with your instant noodles. Today we got one that came out of a Nakama noodle box. Go to Meow, spelled M-I-A-U, meowboxjapan.com, and use the coupon code TheRamenRaider for a discount. And we've got this Nissin Donbei. It's a popular series. This is a Hakata Kitsune Udon. Kitsune, if you did not know, which I don't know why I would expect you to know, means fox. So now you know. And this one is particularly strange in that it requires 7 minutes to steep. I don't know why. This doesn't look like a particularly strange or thick instant udon, but it's what it says, so that's what I do, you know? Let's add this on top. Here's the powder. It said, add the powder, and that's kind of a weird thing, too, for... Usually they like that at the end, but that's what we're doing. Here's our kitsune. This is fried tofu. There we are. Oh, and there's little bits. 10 minutes. Go. Alright. So, yeah, kitsune means fox. Udon is just a thicker noodle. Let's turn this down a little bit. But yeah, it is Tuesday, the 17th day of December 2024. Yeah, I am ready for bed. Maybe this thing should go underneath. I don't think it really takes long for the magical tongue to... It's just what it seems like to me. Kitsune reminds me of tongue. Well, not like... I don't know that I've ever eaten tongue, but it just looks and kind of... If you sat there and licked it all day, you'd be like, wow, I'm licking a tongue. I don't know that anybody would lick a piece of fried bean curd all day, but I don't know. Maybe it's a thing somewhere. Maybe it's a thing. Yeah, here's how long to fast forward to it. I'm talking to you about licking tongues, okay? But yeah, we just got a weather warning for wind, and I'm looking out there, and it's freaking calm. But I guess it's supposed to start at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. to 4 a.m., gusts to 45. I've got this thing. It's called a QNAP NAS. It's Network Addressable Storage. So think of like you got a box and you plug an Ethernet cable into it, and it has 2 hard drives. Well, it can have 2 hard drives. Mine's jacked up, but mine has 1 hard drive in it, but you can use it on your local network. So it's basically a storage solution. Well, this one is fancy. You can actually install stuff on it. So you could install VMware and have it run like Linux or Windows or whatever, and have it just be like a cloud server for that. It does a lot of funky stuff, right? Well, we had, and it's funny that it just happened, but we had a few weeks ago, we had a big windstorm. And it was just like click, 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 click. I mean, like, we had brownout after brownout after brownout for a good, like, hour and a half. And then out for, like, what, 2.5 days? think it was like 40 hours we were without power. But anyways, that thing isn't on a surge protect. It's on a power strip. I got it at the thrift store for $50, and the only problem that it's got is, I guess, the chip that controls stuff goes bad after a while, and they're pretty notorious for that, and mine has that problem. Well, I went to use it because I've got it hooked up on the network, but my TV can see it, so we were going to watch something and it just wouldn't work. I'm like, oh crap. So I had to like redo it. It didn't happen though from that big power thing. The night before last, there was a power. No, 2 days ago, there was like a power outage. Was it 2 days or was it on a Friday? Anyways, it was a few days ago, and there was our power went out literally for less than a minute, and since then it wouldn't work, and it was acting all wonky, so I had to redo it. I would have thought, at least from all those constant spikes and brownouts, that would have killed it. No, it didn't care about that. But I got it maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe longer, at the thrift store. They wanted $100 for it. I went in there on the oh, you're having a half off everything. Well, here's what we'll do. That's not until Saturday, so we'll just do it for you today. Just don't tell anybody. Like, oops. But anyways, yeah, they were nice about it. But yeah, that was kind of my thing I've been doing lately, is trying to get that sucker going. And Christmas. Yeah, I need to get more. I need to do Christmas shopping. So I did it. I dig this. This is like, I wish I could get this kind of work like often. I would be so stoked. So I got an email from a company. I know what company it is at this point. They were like, basically, so I get an email from a place saying they would like to interview me about instant noodles. And I'm like, okay, to what end? Well, we need to like gather information and your insight on instant noodles for another company. I'm like, sure. I'm like, will this be compensated? They offered $700 to talk to me for an hour. I don't even think it lasted an hour. And I just got paid today. I wish I could do that like often, but it never works out that way. I did one once for an investment firm, and they were like, they asked me, what do you think the market in instant noodles is going? What do you think this is? How is the track record for these products? What do you think? How do people see these products? And blah, blah, blah. And I eat, drink, and sleep instant noodles 24/7 and have done so for over a decade. So I guess I have some information that they're interested in, other than like what I like. And that's really what keeps me going, is I really enjoyed doing what I do, and I think instant noodles are absolutely freaking fascinating. But yeah, it's a weird thing, and it's like, it's not common that I get a gig like that. I wish that would happen. Like, it's like, oh, I gotta go, I have to do my 1 hour. It's nice to get paid $700 an hour. It doesn't happen very often though, that's the kicker. But yeah, once in a blue moon. But until that happened, I had $18 to my name. So now I can at least get some Christmas presents going on. Hallelujah. Ho, ho, ho. Why that took 7 minutes, I really don't understand. The noodle's good. I like the noodle. The broth isn't violent. Let me just put it that way. I've had some Kitsune Udon broth. It's like a bonito broth. There's bonito and pork going on in this one, it said. It's not bad. It's not overwhelming. It's not too salty. Yeah. I know what the Kitsune will taste like. It's kind of like soft yet leathery, salty and sweet, and it'd be really good. So I'm gonna go with I like this one. I definitely don't not like this one, and it's funny though. I'm like trying to, maybe it's just the using Hakata flour for this udon, and that is why it takes longer to cook. I'm really not sure, but it's good. But yeah, if you asked me like 20 years ago, what are you gonna do with your life? What's, you know, who's gonna call you up? Like, research firms asking for information about instant noodles. That would not have been my thought. That's the thing too, when companies like ask like how much, you know, what kind of, how much do you charge for this? I'm like, what do you think seems fair? That's usually my answer. And who knows, maybe I'm like undercutting myself. I don't know. I really don't feel undercut. I think that's a lot. So, and it's an honor to have a company be like that hot on top and getting my insight on things. I really like that. It makes me happy. I really don't want to use an egg with this. That seems like way out of the norm. So I'm gonna do this. Some scallion. I wish I had some furikake. I don't. I'm gonna use a little bit of this stuff. This is this savory yummening agent. It's S&B garlic umami, thick chunky low sludge stuff. That is where it's at, I swear. And some seed, and I think we're gonna call it a day. But yeah, an egg just would not work right here. And yeah, after I've taken the pretty pictures and stuff, I will devour that piece of what do you call it? Fried bean curd. Why is this looking like that? That's a little better. Rotate and groove. Okay, well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. And wow, I just got shocked off this is a phone. It's a Galaxy S20 Ultra. That's what I do my show with. But I got this. It was sent to me by Nissin Singapore. Here, let me do this so you can see it. I think it's being all reflectivo. But it's from Nissin Singapore. It's a collaboration with a restaurant chain I'd never heard of before called Pepper Lunch. And I was thinking, well, they must just be a chain in Singapore. But believe it or not, to my surprise, they're in the United States as well. And I think they've got some locations in California. I think there's one in Vegas. But yeah, beef pepper rice flavor. So that is what's up on the next episode of It's Noodle Recipe Time. This has been Hans the Ramen Raider, wishing you enjoyment of your noodles each and every day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.